3 years in now, tell us the difference about going on the road, recruiting players now versus your first year with the program.
Well, in the first couple years, it was really about just trying to get players in to start building some sort of tradition, some sort of culture. And going into my third year, what's really been great about this class is that I've really had a chance to go through the whole process with them. It's with women's soccer, it is a little bit different than some other sports in terms of timelines and when you start identifying players and stuff like that. And a lot of these players I've known now for 2, 3, 4 years. So I've really gotten to know them as people, and I know that they're going to be the kind of people that we want in our program in order to be able to come in and help add to what culture we've already been able to build.
Matt, I think a lot of folks don't realize, they see the on the field product, but don't realize not only do you have to coach a team, and every coach on the college level is in the same boat, but there's a lot of work, if not maybe more, that goes on behind the scenes as far as logging miles, traveling around, and recruiting potential players.
Absolutely, and it becomes more and more as you want to build your program and really raise the level. You've got to be out there. You've got to be out there on a weekend basis every weekend. We spend a lot of time away from our families. Me and my assistant Kim Miller do. We leave Christmas Day for tournaments, and we're gone through New Year's. That's some of the big tournament time. A lot of times we miss Thanksgiving for showcases and things like that. And so, there's a commitment, of time that you've got to be able to put in order to make the program what you want it. But I think that what Kim and I have done is we've shown that, we're willing to go wherever we need to and whenever we need to unearth some of the talent that we can get here.
Coach Smith, whenever there's an opportunity for a coach in the collegiate ranks, most get their feet wet as an assistant coach. Then there comes an opportunity to go from being an assistant to running their own show. Mm-hmm. You've had that opportunity to go from being an assistant to a head coach. What is it that was finally allowed you, I guess, so to speak, to make that decision? Hey, it's time for me to run my own show, so to speak.
Well, it was a tough decision to leave where I was. I had made a lot of good relationships there, and really was just developing as a coach. And when I really felt it was time, it's when I began starting to develop my own philosophies on the way things should be done, and the way I would like things done. And so I think as an assistant coach, you really are there under the head coach to abide by their philosophies and things like that. And I think that it's about time to move forward in your career when you start developing your own. And I think that my old boss at Presbyterian really did a great job of grooming me and making me ready to take that next step. And I really think that's part of my job here as well, is to groom Kim to develop her own philosophies on the way she would like things done and stuff like that. And so that's really the biggest thing in terms of when it's time to take that next step.
Now, with the 2012 season coming, kind of bittersweet. Had a great year a season ago, but you lost some key players, but you've also got some young ladies back.
Oh yeah, our returners. We're really, really excited. Obviously losing some of the players that we did is going to be interesting to find out how we replace those and how we move forward. But we returned 3 all-conference players. We returned an all-region player in Lauren Lanham. And we're going to be I think just as good of a soccer team this coming year. I think the big thing is those returners learning their new roles, and then also incorporating our incoming players into their new roles in our program. And so why it's always difficult to replace the national leading scorer and things like that. It's always fun. What's the fun thing about that? Always following a season like that is figure out who's the next one.
Right.
That's the fun part about it.
And with the season approaching, of course, aside from the Conference Carolina's schedule, boy, you're not going to waste any time, finding out where your team is at. You rather ambitiously jumping into the deep end of the pool out of the gate in your 12 season.
Yeah, we start out with Wingate at home, and they're a perennially an NCAA team every year, and Gary does a great job with them. But I'm looking forward to it because I think the big thing about it is that I would rather find out if we have any flaws, to get those flaws exposed early, as compared to when it comes time for conference tournament time and things like that, to be able to see what we need to improve on, maybe what we need to change, things like that. And so it'll be an eye opener, especially with all of the new players that we have. It'll be an eye opener to real college soccer. We're going to be getting going right away. So.